Hey everybody, it's Wednesday, April 22nd, 2020, and today is day number 22 of Mr. Donley Reads. So yesterday, we read a book that I discovered is a favorite of several of our viewers. It was The Napping House, written by Audrey and Don Wood. And today we're going to read a book that I think many of us have probably heard at least once in our life. That book is Where the Wild Things Are. It's written and illustrated by Maurice Sendak. Now this book was published in 1963, and that tells me two things. One, good art is timeless, and books are most definitely a work of art. And two, when you find a story that you really enjoy, you can read that story many times over the course of your life, and it's going to be just as good every time. So, let's get into it. This may be the first time for some of us, and we may be revisiting an old friend for others. Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind and another, his mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up!" So he was sent to bed without eating anything. That very night, in Max's room, a forest grew. And grew. And grew until its ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. It kind of freaked me out a little bit if that happened in my bedroom. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day. And in and out of weeks and almost over a year, to where the wild things are. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars, and gnashed their terrible teeth, and rolled their terrible eyes, and showed their terrible claws. Doesn't sound like a place I'd want to hang out at. Till Max said, "Be still!" and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once, and they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all. It made him king of all wild things. "And now," cried Max, "let the wild rumpus start." Ow! Howling at the moon. Ha! Hanging from trees. I'm swinging from a tree. I shall ride the back of the mighty beast. I am King Max, the wildest of all wild things. "Now stop," Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then, all around from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said, "No." The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye. And sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day. Sounds like a long time. And into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. and it was still hot. Where the Wild Things Are, written and illustrated by Maurice Sendak, published in 1963. Very good book. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.